Anytime you're ready.
All right, well, let's see. First day of school, call to check on the kids with the babysitter. Come to find out that Nicholas goes to Redbird. She doesn't know where he's at. She's been calling the school. She's freaking out. She's been driving around. I get off the phone with her. I can't get through to the school. I call the Board of Education, talk to Mr. Shinacki's secretary, who was quite lippy and nasty, I guess.
Mrs. Barb Norman?
I don't remember her name. I just
Okay.
know that she was really nasty, and I was a bit freaking out because my son should be home at like 10 after, quarter after 2, and it's after 3:30, and nobody can tell me where he's at. They say, well, he's on a bus. I live 2 minutes from the school. He shouldn't be an hour and a half late. So my babysitter calls me back. I leave work early because I'm freaking can't find my other son who is at the middle school. They can't find him. They're assuming he's on a bus. I went through the whole thing all over with them. Never got through to the bus garage in any of this. Not till after 5 o'clock in the evening. So Nicholas, some strange lady, brings him to my babysitter's house. My babysitter's freaking out. She lives right down the street from me. Here, it's not like a total strange lady. Thank God. It's a friend, his little friend's mother, who was out searching for her son and saw my son walking on the side of a road because he got off a bus because he was terrified because the bus driver hit a stop sign, was screaming at the kids. He doesn't want to get back on the bus now. Just plain and simple. Kids are sitting on the floor. He says he doesn't want to get back on it. Anyhow, the lady brings him and her grandson, which is my son's friend. So there's 2 home.
Was that a stranger to you, that woman? Was
I
she?
still don't know who she is.
You don't know who she is, okay.
Thank God she was normal. Because
Yeah.
the bus driver never knew he got off the bus. She circled the wagon wheel. Well, he says 3 or 4 times. His little friend says 4 or 5 times. I don't know. I just know that she didn't know where she was at and that she screamed at them and threatened to drop them off anywhere if they didn't shut up. So now on to my middle school son. It's after, I think it was between 4:30 and 4:45 before he got home from the middle school. And I don't know what happened there. He waited forever and ever and ever. Again, I called the middle school. She apologized. They were waiting on buses, and I didn't send him a note, so they wouldn't let him walk home. So by the time I got here from work, he just got to here before I got here. So I called the bus garage. Finally got an answering machine. I was very nasty. By this time, I'm ready to pull my hair out. I demanded I get a phone call back.
Did you get that phone call back?
I got a phone call back from some woman at about 6:30, 6:45. I don't remember the times. I just know it was early evening. And took my story again, not very many details. Said, somebody will call you back very shortly, ma'am. She was peppy. She was nice. I didn't get a phone call back till the next day. I get a phone call back from the bus garage. Kevin, I forget his last name. And he's like, this is Kevin. I'm not kidding you. This is how he talked to me on the phone. I was appalled. This is Kevin. I'm so sorry. It won't happen again. I said, well, I want to know what happened with the bus driver. She hit a stop sign. First day of school. No phone calls to parents letting their kids know that they're going to be late. I mean, I understand it's crazy, but they should have had their act together. Things should have been set up. If they didn't have enough bus drivers, then maybe they should have postponed school starting. I don't know. They should have done something, because however many drivers they had obviously wasn't enough. And he told me that she is no longer working for the district. She will never work for the company again. Isn't that interesting? Because I come to find out, talking to another mother, that she is still working for the district on another bus route. And Mr. Shinacki has never called me back. I have been calling the Board of Education 2 weeks prior to school starting because I wanted to know, with a new middle school kid, where the routes were going to be, where he was going to be picked up, give me approximate times, give me something, and nobody could tell me. Nobody. Kept telling me, call back, call back, call back. Matthew's bus, he's at the beginning of the route. Now, his first day, he did take the bus to school. I think every seat was taken, he said, but 1 or 2. Now, if he's at the beginning of the route, what's happening with the rest of the kids? What happens if more kids get on the bus? Where's he supposed to sit?
He's getting it in the morning route, and the bus was already full?
And the bus was already full. I was quite shocked because the bus driver came down, and it's right at the end of my street here, and I said, is this where you're going to pick him up around this time? And she said, yes, and I'm like looking at her, and I said,
How old is he?
He's 11. He's going to be 12 in October.
So is he in the middle school or
He's in the middle
Oh, he's in
school.
the middle school, okay.
So I said to her, well, this is bus 10. It said route 46. Nobody could tell me if the route number is the same as the bus, and she apologized. She says, I have no idea what's going on with that. This is just the bus they gave me. I can't guarantee it's going to be the same bus tomorrow. I said, well, how is he supposed to know which bus to get in the morning? I said, because, there are a few of them driving around. I said, I just want to make sure he gets on the right bus, because I can't be here every day for him. I have to be at work. I'm relying on the buses to pick my child up where he's supposed to be.
Right.
And she just said, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. But, and I said, okay. And then I looked up, and there was a kid in every window. And I was like, oh, God, is he going to have a seat? So I know his friend had to sit in the seat because Leonard, the little boy, waits with him. They're the only two down there. They're both 6th graders. And he said he had to sit in a seat with 2 other kids because there was no other seats.
Okay.
So,
Good.
is that it? Or
Mm-hmm.